Okay, students, we're going to review some long division today. And this time we're going to do long division if we have zeros in the problem, right? So some of these problems will have a zero in the actual dividend and some will not, but we'll need one in our quotient. So let's take a look here at this first problem. Now we've already learned how to do basic long division. So we're going to say to ourselves, okay, how many times does 4 fit into 8? Well, the answer is twice, and we know that 2 times 4 equals 8. Okay, and we subtract and we get a 0 left over. So we know to bring down our next number, and we get a 1. Now, this is where students start to get wrong answers. A lot of times they will go, okay, 4 does not fit into 1. So they'll immediately bring down their 3 to get a 13, and they'll try to divide that. However, you need to hold the place value. So since I brought this 1 down in the tens column or from the tens column, I need to have an answer up here in my tens column. So I say, okay, how many times does 4 fit into 1? Well, the answer is 0, because 0 times 4 is 0, and I get 1 left over. So you see, anytime you bring a number down, you have to deal with it, and you have to then put a number up top in your quotient to hold the place value, even if it's a 0. Okay, so now I'm safe to bring down my 3, and I can say 4 fits into 13. I would say 3 times, right? Because 3 times 4 is 12. And I get a 1 left over, so I get 203 with a remainder of 1. Now, the most common wrong answer here is that you would get 23 remainder 1 because you would forget to put the 0 there. But you'll see that that's wrong if we do the check answer. So let's say if I did the check answer of 23 times 4, I would say, okay, 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1, I would get a 92. So even if I add my remainder back, I get a 93, which is not the dividend that I started with. I have to get back to this 813. So I can tell by my check answer that it's wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this really wrong answer right here. And we're going to go ahead and do it with the correct answer. We're going to do the check answer that way and see how it turns out. So we're going to take our 203, which is our quotient, times our divisor. And we're going to say, okay, 203 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. We'll carry the 1. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 1. Okay? And 4 times 2 is 8. So I've got 812. If I add my remainder back, now for my check answer, I get 813. So now I know that my answer is correct. Okay? So you can see that that 0 holding the place value in the tens column is super important. So let's go try this next number. So here we have 6 fits into 1. Well, now it does not fit into 1. So since it's the first number, we haven't brought anything down yet, we'll just put an X there to hold the place value. Now, if you want, you could put a 0 there to hold the place value instead. Okay? Now we say 6 fits into 12. Well, how many times? We know that 6 times 2 equals 12. So we're going to say minus 12. Okay? And we end up with a 0 left over. We're going to bring our 0 down. How many times does 6 fit into 0? Well, the answer is 0 times. Okay, minus 0. We have nothing left over again, but we're holding the place value with that 0 right up there. And then we say, okay, how many times? Oh, actually, we need to bring our 9 down. Now we're safe to bring our 9 down. We know that 6 fits into 9 one time, and we will subtract 6, and we will end up with a 3 left over. So we get 201 with a remainder of 3. Okay, so 1,209 divided by 6 equals 201, remainder 3. We will go ahead and multiply out for our check answer. So we're going to say 201 times 6. So 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 0, and 6 times 2, and we get 1,206. We will add our remainder back, and now we have 1,209, which was our original dividend. Let's do one more sample problem. This one is 902 divided by 3. Now watch what happens on this interesting problem. We say, okay, 3 fits into 9. We're going to do this one place value at a time, starting with the hundreds. 3 fits into 9 3 times. Okay. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. So now we subtract and we've got a 0. All right, no problem. We bring down our 0, and we've now learned, okay, 3 fits into 0. 0 times we have to hold the place value. So we're going to now subtract 0, and we're going to bring down our 2. But look at this. The 3 fits into 2 0 times as well. So sometimes you need to carry across a couple of zeros. Okay, so 0 times 3 is 0 once again, and we have a 2 left over. There's no more numbers to bring down, so now we can do our remainder of 2. Now, if you didn't put your zeros to hold the place value, you would get 3 with a remainder of 2, which does not make sense. If you divide 902 into 3 equal parts, well, 902 is very close to 900, so you know that each part would have to be about 300. Right? And that is what our actual answer is. Whereas if you get 3 remainder 2, that would not make sense. And if you do your check answer, you will find out that you are correct on this problem, right? So 3 times 0, 3 times 0, and 3 times 3, you get 900. You add your remainder back to it, and you get 902, which was our original dividend. So that's how you divide using zeros in long division or dealing with zeros in the problem. And so make sure that you keep practicing. Don't forget, if you want to get good at this, you need to know your multiplication and division facts, your basic facts of 1 through 10, as well as how to do long division. So make sure you practice those basic multiplication and division facts as well. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.